Okay, well, hi. Thanks for having me be there through videotape. I've had a lot of fun this semester, and you're probably wondering, what is a dance teacher going to make in the Born Lab? Well, I wanted to make something shiny and blingy. I started out my journey wanting to make light up shoelaces, so I learned a lot about LEDs, different types of materials we could send the LEDs through, how that works, and decided that wasn't going to work. So then I went on to using LEDs and maybe embedding them in the shoes somehow so they would light up. And that was the project I decided to stick with. The hardest part for me for this process was sourcing the materials, figuring out what materials would work, what wouldn't, and that all evolved over time. Figuring out what glue I could use, because I didn't want to dissolve the tennis shoes that we were attaching the LEDs through. So I think that was the most frustrating and time-consuming part. And I'm going to give you a little demo of the shoes. Moving on, I'm going to be working with the laser cutter, making a sign for Building Futures Now for outside of their nondescript. They have no signage out there, so I want to give them a sign. Again, that's been really time-consuming as far as figuring out what's the proper materials. You know, vinyl or acrylic, do I want to use the engraving? And I spent like an hour in Tap Plastics figuring that all out. So that's one of the stumbling blocks. Also, Building Futures Now doesn't have a great logo or a vector of that it's kind of messy, so I'm not sure if it's going to work, but I'm going to continue trying that. All right, so without further ado, my light up shoes. I have pressure sensitive in the heel and a little battery pack that keeps, that'll go on whenever the heel is weighted. So I thought, well, instead of talking about it, I'll show you how they work. I've only got one shoe because